Right, this is the kitchen and living room area all gutted out now. So we've taken all the wood lining and plasterboard off the wall and all the bits that we need to. That's where along here was where the divided wall used to go up there. So we've got rid of that, and on the ground here where you can see that square, that used to be a shower room, so that's gone as well. So we've opened it completely up, and the plan is we're going to knock through either the wall there or the wall around here and make it a big sort of L-shaped living, dining room, sitting room. This part of the floor here is concrete, because this part I'm standing now is a sort of new extension that's been built I think it was about 10 years ago, and this part's the old bit through here, and that's a wooden floor. So you probably can't see this, well maybe you can, but underneath the wooden floor here is it's all ground, and that's the way it used to be done in the olden days. It was just built on top of ground, no concrete or anything. And behind the wood lining, you can see a bit here, there was absolutely no insulation. It's just wood lining, stone, which makes the house really, really cold compared to a modern house. So the plan is, here's the wood burner going, we get it all insulated really well. I'm toying with the idea of taking this little bit of the extension and putting the wall out so that it's the same as the other bit, but yeah, I'm not sure yet. We'll get it all insulated, try and get as much of this wall down as possible, and when we get that wall down, it'll give us a bit more space. You can see the thickness of the wall there, so the more we get down, the more space, the more open plan it'll feel. If we go along here, you can see that this takes us up into the upstairs, which was never completed, and I'll show you a video of that later, because we're going to break through onto the roof through there, onto the other part of the building. So we're more or less finished down here for what I want to do before I get a structural engineer in. So I've lifted the floorboards here, and you can see here it's just ground. You can actually just push your crowbar down there about a foot, and if you put your hand in and pull it up, the ground is really damp. So again, no insulation at all, very old-fashioned house, and under the floor, nothing at all, which all adds up to not very energy efficient. So we're going to hopefully bring the standard up to a modern house, and we're hopefully going to put underfloor heating in. Haven't completely decided yet, but that'll be the plan, underfloor heating, and just turn it into a lovely house. So here, you see this wall could come down quite easily, and that would make it into a big L-shaped room, or we might take the other wall down. And that's it. See you next. So this is the hatch coming upstairs, and what happened was the lady built this extension but never finished it. So that's the roof of the old house there. So we need to cut through there and join in with the stairs that come up to the other part of the house. So this will hopefully become a nice bedroom with an ensuite, and you can see out the window here, that's the Croft at the back. So it's got a lovely view from this place. That's the wood burning chimney coming up, and we'll get this done. Right, so this is a bit of the upstairs. We've got just a wee room, wee box room, tiny wee box room in here. I mean, just, this is all the dog wallpaper beside the wall. Then we've got the bedrooms, pretty small. Beautiful view though. There's the station down there. There's our old house. So we're just about to pull this wall here down, see what's behind it. As usual, it'll be just wood lining on a stone. You can see with it a bit of dampness around the edges. And if we go through to this one, we started pulling this one down, but we actually did a fire brigade exercise up here, and part of it was getting them to cut away the wall. So they attacked it with axes and levers. Not quite as neat as we did it. So you can see there's the chimney breast from the upstairs bedrooms, and what we're going to do is we're going to reinstate these chimneys. That's the plan. You can see the train at Strathcarron station at the minute. Just waiting to go. Getting the trailer loaded up with stuff. So we're going to reinstate this fireplace, and when we took the lining away, all that twigs there were just sitting there, and you won't be able to see it if I'll maybe get a torch and show you another time. If you look up the chimney, it's absolutely crammed from there to the top with twigs, where the birds have come in and just built their nest, and it's just come down and down, it's full at the top. So we'll need to get all these twigs out of there, and we're going to put a fireplace in there, and we're going to have a fire in each of the bedrooms. Every old house like this that I see, the end walls have always got a problem with dampness, and I reckon by reinstating the fires and putting a glass fronted fire in, it'll stop the drafts. We can light it now and again, it'll be a nice feature, and keep the place not so as damp as they sometimes are. And that's the upstairs. So I've just started pulling the plasterboard of this wall upstairs, and you can see I've got all these twigs, and the chimney is absolutely chock-a-block with twigs, and it'll be like that right to the top of the house. Amazing, eh? Look at that old-fashioned fire. I wonder how many years that's been there for. So we'll get that wall down and we'll have a look at it. So that's all the plasterboard off, and then the house would have originally had wood lining, and you can see that behind the wood lining just got a little gap in stone. So for the heat retention in the house, it's just absolutely useless. So we're going to rip that wood lining down, and we're going to do that all the way around upstairs so that we can get insulation in there. And there we have it. One totally stripped out wall, and you see the old wiring on the ground there. That's going throughout the house. The house must have been rewired at one time. Unfortunately, there's not enough plugs in it, so we'll need to put some more plugs in. And you can see where the wood's obviously wet, where the wall's been leaking, and you see dampness running down, so we'll get that redone. And there's a lot of lime in this, and you feel it's wet, and it all needs repotted and chipping out. So there we go, one room done. Well, no, one wall of one room done. Right, we've gotten out the upstairs. As you can see, there is not a lot left. So we're going to keep gutting out, and hopefully by the end of tonight this will be more or less a bare shell in here. Might leave that cupboard in just for just now, because it's got all the pipework and that in it, and I'll be bare. So I'm more and more coming to realise that I started off with a house and I'm quickly ending up with just a shell, and it's getting a bit daunting, but every time I find something I think I better do that. So I think we're talking about just a complete house renovation here. So let's see how we get on. Right, so that's cleared out the upstairs. got all the walls down. This is the stairs going down. Don't know what to do with these yet. Not quite sure. I've basically left these pillars up because the electricity meter's there, so just left them just now. That's it gutted out. So I've got to get a couple of breathing dust masky type things, because I don't know what's in that glass wool, because that's all glass wool. So I'll get some of them ordered, and next week we'll take down the roof, or the ceiling. And that's it.